Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. For today's video, I am going to be breaking down the Apex Trader Funding website in the simplest way possible. I will also be going over the most commonly seen things on the internet about Apex. And then, of course, I'm going to go over the promotion that they're offering right now. If you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop it down in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to tackle them. And since you're already down there, feel free to drop a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. But let's go ahead and dive into the screen. So first thing is the promotion. As you see at the very top of their main site, this is where they actually post whatever sale is going on. So right now they have 71% off their evaluations, and it is 71% off lifetime, which means your initial purchase will be 71% off. And then for every month that you have a rebill on your evaluation, it will continue to be 71% off. On top of that, they have $35 resets. So a really great thing with the resets, in my opinion, is that if you do have a 50K account and above that is 80% off, the $35 reset is actually a really great deal for those accounts specifically. And if you still just so happen to have a 90% account, then I would say the 250K and the 300K $35 reset makes the most sense. Otherwise, the 90% rebill is a lot more affordable than the reset right now. So with that out of the way, now we can actually look at the website. So the first thing that you should know is how much money they've actually paid out to their customers. So since 2022, they've paid out almost $91 million. They're literally about to surpass 100 million really soon, and I don't doubt it because Apex has just grown significantly in the last couple of months. You can see within the last 90 days, which is 3 months, they've paid a little over $35 million. That's absolutely insane. And again, they're just going to continue to grow and grow. And hopefully, as they continue to grow in this space, more competition will be between the prop firm companies, because when there's more competition between the companies, there's more opportunity and better pricing for us retail traders. So if we scroll down a little bit more, we can see some main bullet points about their funding program. And a few things that I want to point out that help make Apex kind of stand out is the first thing of receiving 100% of the first $25,000 per account. That's crazy because other competitors might have, the first $10,000 to $15,000, 100% yours, and that's per user, not per account. So that really takes Apex another level. That's saying every funded account you have, first 25K is yours, and then after that it's 90-10 split, so 90% to you, 10% to the company. So that is a really huge thing you should note. The second thing is that you are able to trade the max amount of contracts right off the bat. So there's no scaling plan that you have to worry about, whether it's in the evaluation or your funded account. If you're able to, go up to 10 contracts, you can put on the full 10, the full 15, the full 20, or whatever account size you have, and you don't have to work your way up to it. Now, I'm not promoting to say go full max cons and YOLO every single time, but if your trading plan and strategy looks for that, then of course you don't have to do a scaling plan to get to that number. And then another thing that you should definitely know about their funding program that really helps them stand out compared to the rest is going to be the amount of funded accounts you can have. Now, it's crazy because I think Apex is the only company that's offering it right now, where you can have a max of 20 funded accounts per household. So imagine adding in the cheap evaluations up front and then having the pretty standard competitive activation fees, and then you're able to work up to 20 funded accounts. That in itself is, I think, a huge package, and that's why I believe Apex does stand out quite a bit in being one of the most popular futures platform companies right now. So if you were to look at 20 funded accounts, it's essentially scaling horizontally instead of scaling vertically. Now, to break down what that means is, imagine you have one account and you're able to trade up to 20 contracts. The P&L on that thing when you are in a trade is just going to be swinging crazily. And imagine just having to get into drawdown so quickly and taking you out, or the opposite direction where you might hit your TP and make a lot of money really quick, but that's one account, and if you were to blow it, then that's that. Now, if you were to scale horizontally, which means you can trade up to 20 accounts and consider putting one contract per account, well then now you're able to kind of reduce the amount of risk that's on the table. So it really depends again on your budget. If you're able to afford all of these funded accounts and also your trading plan if it makes sense to even have that many accounts. But at least the option is there. And I think, again, this is what helps Apex kind of stand out quite a bit. Now, if we continue to scroll down their main website, just a few more, bullet points that you should know about their program. And then for the top half of the accounts that are listed, this is all Rhythmic. And if we scroll down a little bit more, it's going to be the Tradeovate plans. And this is where I usually, get my accounts. I always do the 50K. I think they make a lot of sense from the profit goal versus the trailing threshold. It makes a pretty good ratio, in my opinion, and also for the pricing. Now, the thing that you have to compare between the Rhythmic plans and the Tradeovate plans is literally just the listed price. So if we look at the $167 25K Tradeovate plan versus the Rhythmic 25K plan, it's $147. So it's a $20 price difference, and that's the same thing for every account. It's always going to be a $20 price difference between Rhythmic and Tradeovate. Now, if we actually go at the very bottom of the website, you can see a little link or a tab right here that is listed as payouts. If you click on that, you'll be led to this page right here. And there's going to be multiple pages you can go through, but essentially it's going to list out all of the payouts that Apex has done within the last 3 months. So I can say from my personal experience that I have been paid out multiple times by Apex. So from my experience, they have not scammed me or frauded me out on any money. And based on what we see here, a lot of other customers are, in the same boat. They've been paid out. You can also see all the payout certifications and bank statements on the Facebook group and even in the Discord chat. So if you guys still wanted more reassurance and confirmation that Apex pays out their people and maybe do in fact pay out over 90 million or at least 35 million in the last 90 days, you can find all the proof in the pudding there. Now, another very commonly asked thing or seen throughout the internet is activation fees. And if you caught what I said earlier, is that their activation fees are pretty standard in the industry right now. So there is a price difference between the Rhythmic plans and the Tradeovate plans. It's a $20 difference between the monthly and the lifetime option. So to go ahead and break it down a bit further, Rhythmic monthly options for the activation fee after you pass an evaluation is $85 per month. And then for Tradeovate, per month, it's $105. Now, if you want to do the one-time upfront lifetime fee, the first batch is for the Rhythmic plans right here. And if you add $20 to each of these different account sizes, you'll see this batch at the bottom, and this is for the Tradeovate accounts. So again, adding $20 to the 25K lifetime fee, $130. Now it's $150 for Tradeovate down here. So this is pretty common if you see it other companies. Most, if not all, correct me if I'm wrong, prop firm companies out there have an activation fee. So if you do look at Apex's and you compare the pricing, it's pretty competitive. I mean, I know that there is one company that is pretty steep in their lifetime fee. I believe their 250K activation fee is like over $800, where Apex's is $300. And then also the monthly option, not a lot of companies offer monthly and one time. So, this definitely caters to a more wider audience by offering both of them with Apex. And now another very commonly seen thing and questioned thing in this space is going to be the consistency rule. So almost all, again, correct me if I'm wrong, if not most of the prop firm companies have a consistency rule, and it could either be in their evaluation or their funded account. Now with Apex specifically, there's no consistency percent for the evaluation, so you can make as much money as you want in the eval. But then when it comes to the funded account, there is a 30% soft rule for consistency. Now, what it means to have a soft consistency rule means even if you do make above 30%, you will still possibly receive a payout. So for other competitors, they are a little bit more strict. We actually have it outlined in their help center page that if you do make above their percentage of the consistency rule, you will be denied a payout. But with Apex, they state that that's not the case. It's just to kind of, I would say categorize or distinguish between the traders that are here for lucky gambling or windfall trades versus those that are pretty consistent, but they just so happen to have a really large trading day. And if you do happen to fall in the rare scenario of being rejected a payout because of this, the best thing you can do is actually reach out to customer support and ask them, what's going on with this, what's the process, and they most likely are going to ask you what your trading system is and what happened with that quote unquote windfall trade that essentially push you to exceed the 30% consistency rule. Now, I hope that made sense, but if you do have any questions about that, either drop it down below in the comment section, or again, the best path is to contact the customer support team at Apex, because I don't work for Apex, I'm just here to talk about them, whereas the customer support team actually work for the company and they know all of the legit policies and black and white terms and conditions and all that good stuff. Now, the last thing I should really point out that I hope that traders know about, but if you don't know about it, it's the 20% flipping rule. So, what this means is between each payout that you request, you have to have 10 active trading days. And so, at least 8 of the 10 trading days should follow your trading system, should be pretty consistent, should be able to be easily explained. Whereas 20%, which is 2 days of the 10 that are needed for a payout, those 2 days can be a quick flip. So if you wanted to just have it count towards your payout day, you can just drop in a quick micro trade in and out and call it a day, and Apex does allow that. So that is pretty sweet that really only 8 out of the 10 days you have to really worry about. And then if you want to take 2 days of a quick flip, you can, just to ensure you lock in the payout days for it. And feel free to check out the Knowledge Base Center. All of the information is going to be listed here. There's so much education that you're able to read through. So please do your research before you decide to purchase an account with Apex. I think that's the best thing you can do, because if you are spending your hard-earned money on anything in life, it's best to know what exactly you're getting yourself into. But that's everything I wanted to cover, from breaking down their website to showing that they do pay out their traders, all the way to the most commonly things asked or like seen on the internet so far about Apex. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you have, feel free to drop a big thumbs up, drop a subscribe or a follow down below, and again, comment if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything you want me to record. I'll be more than happy to do that. As always, I wish you nothing but the best and most success in everything you do, and I will see you all in the next video.